the thumbs up. And so today I'd like to share about the time that I did not pray the rosary at all. And the Lord and Our Lady is very, very gracious, This was a time that I didn't even go for Sunday Mass. And by God's divine mystery, I got a free ticket to go join the World Youth Day in Paris, in France. And that's another story, okay? So I'm just saying that the first stop was Lourdes. And I didn't know anything about Lourdes except that it's a pilgrim place that a lot of pious people go to, and there's a famous grotto, okay? I didn't know anything about it. No. And because I was working very hard, even the material that the organization sent me to read up, I didn't have time to read as well. So when I arrived in Lourdes together with our delegation, we were to go for our confession. And I said, oh my goodness, how am I going to go for confession? I hadn't gone since my first Holy Communion.
Wow!
My first confession was when I was 8. And then at that time of the story, I was 28. And I hadn't gone for confession for 20 years.
Oh my God.
And I didn't know how to say the act of contrition. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know the prayers at all. And but they told us, well, everyone should go for confession first, then you start the pilgrimage proper. So all of us went to this in Lourdes at that time. I don't know now. This is called the House of Confession, and you have different floors and priests from all over the world who are visiting, who have brought their delegates there. They are also hearing confessions in different languages. So there's English, Spanish, even Mandarin, and all the different French, Italian. So we just chose an English queue, and we queued up. So there were 60 over of us when we queued up, and I decided to be the last. I thought that I would run away. When all my friends have finished, I would just run away. I wanted to escape confession. But I sat in the queue, and then because I was the last, there were other groups that came after me. And so there was no escape.
Oh, no.
But as we were waiting, and it's a long queue, there were little pamphlets along, on the pew, and that had the examen of conscience. That had the prayers. And there were other pamphlets also about other spiritual nourishment. So there was a lot of time to read all this. And then something just moved me. That, hey, I don't need to run away from confession. I can do this. But then I was afraid of what the priest might say.
Yes, that is every kid's fear.
If I said to the priest, sorry, Father, I hadn't been to confession for 20 years. I felt shy to even say it.
Not even a single word.
As I waited, I felt that I have to do this. I owe it to myself to go for this confession. So along the line, I moved, and the more and more I got scared, I kept holding on to the paper.
Oh boy.
And by the time it was my turn,
you were freaking out.
I had this grace to know what to say. So I went in, and it was one of those rooms with a glass window, people from outside can see in. And there was no kneeler. It was a very casual little table between Father and myself, and there was a box of tissues and
Oh.
a little crucifix on the wall. And when I saw the box of tissues, I knew I might need that.
Oh boy, oh boy. Oh yeah.
So I said and
You
Father said hello.
You definitely need that.
Father said hello. I said hello. And he said, okay. And then he prayed. And then I said, Father, I haven't been to confession for 20 years. I thought he might scold me. But then he said, welcome! Welcome back. And then I felt instantly comforted to know that I was not judged. So as I was telling him my sins, I said, Father, this is going to take a bit of time because of 20 years of sins. He said, no, carry on. And I said one after another. And I tell you, my heart was repentant, remorseful for all the sins I've committed. And tissue after tissue of wiping, and I was talking like this and like this. It was that kind of ugly cry.
Oh.
I don't know how much Father heard, okay, because of the crying talking.
Oh.
But I can tell you, after about half an hour of talking, Father said to me, it is grace that brought you here. He said something like that. And, you know, God is God of mercy. He loves you and He will forgive you. You know, by coming for confession, I will absolve you of all your sins, all the sins you have said. And I can tell you now, just that whole relief, just... And so he gave me a penance. So I said to Father,
oh boy,
I thought I know everything, huh? So I said to Father, okay, Father, you can give me as many rosaries as you like. I will pray them all. Will I have to pray 50 rosaries?
50 rosaries? You can't do 50 rosaries in one day.
I'm happy to pray 50 rosaries. And Father said, no. For your penance, you just continue this pilgrimage, this World Youth Day, and keep praying. Keep praying. The Lord will give you all you need. Something to that effect. It's been so many years now. And I tell you, I said to Father, is that all? Just continue with this pilgrimage. I just felt the love of the Lord. I went scot-free. I went scot-free.
Well, it's at least a good thing at the time it wasn't 50, 100 years since your last confession.
And I truly experienced the love and mercy of the Lord in the confessional. And, you know, although now I prefer the more traditional way of kneeling down, you know,
yeah,
not that I need the screen, but the kneeling down helps the heart, really, I feel. But at that time, I think that was how the Lord wanted for me to sit facing the priest and have that tissue paper.
Oh yes, you definitely need the tissue
and
paper.
to be able to have that eye contact with the priest and for him to, you know, show me the love of the Lord. Okay. Now, Emmanuel is telling me it's too late now, so I'll have to end here. But, you know, I also want to say this last thing. Because it is Lourdes, I'm very sure it is Our Lady who prayed for my heart. And Our Lady prayed for grace for me to make that good confession. That's all. Thank you. Thank you, Mama Mary.
Yes.
So God bless you, everyone. Don't forget to click like and share it and subscribe. Click the notification button, the bell, and all that. Okay. We'll see you again tomorrow. God bless you.
Thank you for joining us. If you benefited from this prayer meeting, please like, share and subscribe to this channel.
We at the Center for Divine Mercy pray live every day at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Melbourne, Australia time.
Do join us again with your friends and family.
May the Lord bless you and your families abundantly.
See you soon.